For all film-related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. How are you, sir?
Very good. How are you?
Very well. Enjoyed the show. Watched it this. They sent me 4 episodes. मैंने 4 देखे.
Okay. चलिए.
And newsroom I was like very much present when this case was unfolding. So
Oh.
So anyways, lovely to see you, sir. And whatever little I've watched, absolutely loved it. So I know you have the knack of bringing these cases to light and helping us see them in a new light. What drew you actually to Jigna's story? Because I think she was tainted by everyone and no one wanted to know her point of view.
Yeah, I think I try to, present the story of I try to chronicle our times through the stories of common people, because in their stories are the real stories and the real, the history of our time is actually in the stories of the common man, not in the stories of leaders, not in the stories of politicians, not in the story of Godman. So I think I'm just a common man trying to tell the story of people like me.
But it's amazing because after Scam 92, because I remember seeing by the end of it, I had a tear rolling down because somewhere you saw the human side of Hansal Mehta, and because everything happened, he was like, oh, many people lost their lives and, families were destroyed. But somewhere you had humanized him. Now seeing Jigna, like having been a reporter myself, I know you all want to be on the first page, crack stories, means adopted, but really doesn't know what happened between her and Jade. I mean, because I had followed it, then she was acquitted. What drew you to this woman? I mean, obviously you would have read the book. What was that one thing like, I'm going to chronicle this life?
I thought, beyond her book was essentially a prison diary.
Huh.
It was about her days in prison. So I saw I did not want to make a prison story. I wanted to take it beyond that, because for me, this was a story of hustle, a story of ordinary ambition.
Yeah.
Just to have a byline on the front page, and to have a good life for your family, an apartment, education, good education for your child, and to sort of hobnob with the people you perceive as powerful. That's all. That's all she wanted out of her life and her profession. But I mean, very soon, the one who reported the reporter became the reported.
Yeah.
So I think I found that fascinating. I wanted to explore those aspirations. What took her to jail? What got her there in the first place? How did she get there? So for me, it became an exploration. It became that exploration that I wanted to undertake. So I got the book. I believe somewhere in February 2020. So that book, was adapted by my co-creator, Runmai Lagu. So both of us decided that, in the book, we have a very limited series. I think we need to expand the scope, which is why we decided to fictionalize it, create those characters that sort of represented the time and the world that we are in. It's become for me, I wanted to tell a cautionary tale of our times. The price that one pays for what? For being a reporter.
Absolutely. She was playing with fire in a way, sir. There's police, there is media, and there's the underworld. All three, it's like a bomb waiting to blast in your face.
I know, but no, that's what crime reporters do.
Yeah.
They put themselves out there. Because she was a woman, it became even more public.
Gee.
Because she was a woman, people, cast aspersions that she's in bed with the underworld, she's in bed with the cops,
yeah.
She's in bed with her boss. Everything is about going to bed with somebody. Her capability, her hustle, her ambition, her hunger to prove herself plays no part in this entire discourse.
Ji. Absolutely. So, but just with Harshad, I'm sure as when you showed his life, you would have also brought in your perception of what you thought this man would be. In Jigna's case, also, was it the same, or did you even speak with her, trying to understand her? I mean, I want to understand how this came about. Yeah.
Well, the research process was carried out by the writers,
Ji.
Mrunmayee, Mirat, Anu Singh Chaudhary, and there was Deepu Sebastian, ex-Indian Express, who played whose character Rajkumar Rao's in Aligarh was based on.
Yes.
Uh, so Deepu was the lead researcher on the show. So they did all the research. I, as a policy, don't get involved in the research because
Okay.
I find the research sometimes limits my way of looking at things. I try to reimagine. Once for me, the script is my guiding force, and I need. So that's why to have a strong co-creator like Mrunmayee is important. She ensured that the detailing was right, that the characters were correctly sketched out, the arcs were good, and that they were based on things that had actually happened. So I relied on them to give me that, and what I brought to it was this immersive world. I wanted to create a world in which you, as an audience, get transported to, you get immersed into it. And that's what I have attempted to do. Nothing beyond that. All the research, everything was done by a team, and I was following them. I mean, I had a great team.
But it's just amazing, sir. You actually, I would say, are the chronicler of our times. You took us to 1992, 2011. कुछ साल बाद पूछ रही कौन सी और स्टोरी आप हमें पेश करेंगे स्कैम्स एंड कंट्रोवर्सीज तो बहुत है मगर बताओ which one you are really intrigued by.
No, the next thing I'm working on now is the principal photography for the Mahatma Gandhi uh, series. Will
Wow.
will commence very soon in a few months. So yeah, so from 1992 to 2011 to 2016 in Faraz to 1880.
Wow. Love it. Absolutely love it. But I want to know, by the way, I was very intrigued because I've known you from the time of Das Kahaniyan. उस
Yeah.
दिन बात हो रही थी, so everybody kept saying Khana Khazana, Hansal Mehta, and I was like, I can't even wrap my head you doing Khana Khazana, because for me, you are the man who presents these fabulous stories of these underdogs, helps us, also makes a statement on political, socio issues. I want to know, how has your grammar changed, sir? From the time, say, let's talk about Aligarh, let's talk about Shahid, let's talk about America, and now this.
With every piece of work that I do, the grammar evolves, it changes. It's an instinctive choice. You look at the story and you work with, like, my closest collaborator in sort of evolving this grammar are my is my director of photography and then my editor.
Ji.
So in this case, Pratham, he's been my constant collaborator for a few years now. He shot Scam also. And he shot Faraz, and Amitesh, who has edited this. I think the grammar has evolved as a joint. We sort of arrived at a way that we want to do shoot it. Like if Shahid was gritty, like a fly on the wall kind of observation of a young life, Aligarh was like a melancholic poem. It's still melancholic poem. Scam 1992 was this very adrenaline pumping look at greed, at ambition. Scoop, I think, is a little. It's a little introspective. It is a little thrilling, and it's a little cinematic.
Absolutely. So there are filmmakers like you and Anubhav Sinha who like to speak the truth and at the cost of anything. You don't compromise on your principles. How difficult is it really? Because at times when you're a creator, creativity, you can present facts, but at times when we don't, we just want to bury things under the carpet, literally, to put it politely. How tough is
I have never thought about it.
it?
I just get up in the morning, do my job, and do it truthfully. I don't think my job is to tell the truth. It is to do it truthfully.
And the rest can introspect and maybe
Yeah,
delve.
I mean, find you have to find your own truth in the story.
Absolutely. Another fact, Karishma Tanna I thought was fabulous. I mean, it's amazing how you found her. But for somebody, so I mean, Rajkumar calls you his mentor, and rightly so. Pratik Gandhi, you've kind of given these actors a platform to showcase their talent, their versatility, and also put them in the spotlight. How do you choose which actor do you want to work with? And you're working with a big star also, like a Kareena Kapoor Khan. You worked with them. How do you do it? I mean, what is the thing for someone who's managed to bring people into the spotlight and then.
I just love actors. I love actors. I I believe everybody's an actor, and an actor deserves to be showcased, deserves a chance to immerse oneself into a character, and not be stereotyped.
Ji.
So if I've done a film with Kareena Kapoor, she is not. Uh, I've worked with her as an actor, not Kareena the star.
Ji.
Her being a star is the bonus, but Kareena the actress, excites me, and I'm excited by what she has done. Similarly, Karishma Tanna, not Karishma Kapoor. Yeah, so Karishma Tanna, also, I mean, she auditioned for the part. She messaged me saying that I've auditioned. There were 30 to 40 auditions. She messaged me. I did not reply to her message after she auditioned. The message was sent in Gujarati. कि मजा आएगी, you know. And then I saw the auditions. I saw her audition, and Mukesh Chabra, who has been my uh, partner in crime since 2011, he helped me get Rajkumar for Shahid.
Yeah.
And I mean, he actually helped me see Manoj in the role of Professor Siras. So he's the guy who got me Pratik Gandhi for Scam 1992. So I called him, and before I could say anything, he said, Karishma, right? I said,
Wow.
yeah. She said, "कि है बात है." The baat hai meant that there was hunger. She was very hungry to prove herself. There was this need to hustle to make a point. There was this real desperation to show her skills as an actor, and I thought it sort of shadowed, Jagruti. My character's motivations, they sort of overlapped those their personal motivations. And Karishma also has this quality, that she holds the screen so beautifully. I mean, she just commands the screen. She has a great presence. And yeah, I mean, it was. I'm glad I've been able to showcase her. I'm glad she's getting a chance to show her ability as an actor, because in our we are very unforgiving. We immediately belittle a person by say calling them TV actors. And what is a TV actor? A TV actor is also an actor. You
Absolutely.
know, I have come from television, and I have great respect for my roots, because that's where I learned to be disciplined about my shooting. I have learned to stay within budgets, within timelines. That TV has taught me that. But does that mean it makes you a lesser director? No, it's made me a better director. Similarly, I think actors get to hone their craft like no other business, because TV is so frantic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so something interesting that Manoj Bajpayee said, उनको बहुत कोफ्त होती है कि सब numbers की बात कर रहे हैं, content की कोई नहीं बात कर रहा. Because I know, I mean, the streaming platforms, I mean, you are now tying up with Netflix for this, has given us immense content and also showcased the abilities, given you directors the freedom to tell your stories. But on top of that, movies are not faring too well in the box office, and you being in the business know sometimes how figures are inflated. What do you think is actually the problem? And what do you think that the industry should learn at this juncture? Because I'm sure, whatever, the economics, they will overcome it.
You see, ultimately, every industry goes through
Ji.
a curve of success of failure, a curve of learning, unlearning, starting afresh. So we are going through a curve, and I mean it's not bad. We had Pathan, we had quite a few successes, couple of successes in the past few months. At the same time, this whole narrative of the pan India film that has also that bubble has sort of burst in the past few months. So this all this is just stuff. Uh, this kind of stereotyping again. I believe it is the work of mediocre minds. uh, we as creators have to rise above that. We have to just keep creating. You will find an audience. When Faraz, my film was released in the theaters, it was an apologetic release. It released at in some 60 to 70 night shows. That's it. And so very few people went to the theaters. Most places they could not go to the theater at that time. It was unsafe. So nobody really saw the film in the theaters, but it premiered on Netflix, and it had a few million hours of viewing. It topped the charts for 3 weeks. It was on the worldwide charts for a week. It was in the Asian charts for 2 weeks. It was number one in Pakistan. So, stories have this ability to travel. Stories have this ability to reach you no matter, they go beyond the box office. The box office is, these are numbers that are essentially the business of those who have invested in the film. They're
Absolutely.
not anybody else's business. The audience should not be concerned about box office, nor should the media. But unfortunately, mediocrity forces you to look at numbers and not at content, because you don't have the capability to look at content the way it should be.
Absolutely. सर मगर आपको पता है ना हमारे यहाँ सब क्रिटिक्स हैं क्रिकेट का गेम होता है तो सब कमेंटेटर बन जाते हैं पिक्चर आती है तो सब
बट ये मतलब सी वन हैज टू जो भी मतलब you have to learn to swim. We are all living in an ocean. We have to learn to swim, not drown in it. And this is the world right now. I mean, that's how it is. I rather than being cynical about it कि अच्छा सब क्रिटिक बन जाते हैं, सोशल मीडिया पे लोग ये करते हैं, मैं कहता हूँ यही है दुनिया. एंड अगर ये दुनिया है तो यू शुड embrace it and swim along and swim ahead.
Totally, sir. अब जाते जाते मुझे एक बात बताओ. If you were to revisit your films, which is one film that you think that you would want to, if you could go back in time, you could work on it again?
Always Dil Pe Mat Le Yaar.
I loved it. I remember that film so well.
Yeah. I feel the original script that Saurabh Shukla had written for the film was uncompromising. It is still relevant to our times. It is actually talking about the media today. I think that film deserves to be made the way it was written then, and not what we unfortunately while making the film we got carried away by Manoj Bajpayee's newly found stardom, and filled it with too many songs and filled it with items. And without those items, that film would have been a different film. The spirit with which somewhere we lost the truthfulness of in the making of the film, and I want to make it truthfully someday, inshallah.
And you will, sir. And what little you can tell us about your yet untitled film that everyone's waiting for, the one with Kareena Jaideep and all. We are very curious.
The title will be out soon.
ये बता दिया. And what can we look forward to in that movie? ये भी नहीं बताओगे.
You'll see a new Kareena.
Wow,
you'll see
sir.
a new Kareena, and you will see Kareena, the actor.
Looking forward to that. Such a pleasure speaking to you, sir. And well, keep doing what you are doing because you are the voices that we need. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Puja.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.